Okay, so your assignment today is to work on the angle worksheet. So I'm going to go through a few of the questions with you to help you as you're working through today. Okay, so first off, it asks you in this the top part, to name the vertex. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the vertex in all of these four figures. Okay, so if you look at that, your vertex is going to be in the center and it's going to be where it bends. But if it's dealing with a line, the vertex is in the middle of that. So your vertex for letter A would be Y. Your vertex for number 2 for A is M. For number 3, your vertex is C. And for number 4, it would be P. Okay, then it says to name the sides. So when you're looking at a side, you want to start with the vertex. So we would start with Y, and that side would be from Y to Z. So I'm going to list that as a ray. Because remember, the angles are made up of 2 rays. So you have Y to Z. The other side would be from Y to X. So always start at the vertex and then list the ray. Okay, so number 2, we'll start at the vertex, M, and then it goes through L. That would be one side. So we're listing that as a ray. Each side is a ray. The other side of the angle is going to be M through N. Okay, so make sure you start at the vertex and then list each ray. Now, it then says name the angle 3 different ways. Now, when you name an angle, you can do angle Y. So you can always list the vertex to name the angle. So this would be angle M. The other way to list the angle is you put the vertex in the middle. So it would be angle X, put the vertex in the middle, Y, Z. You can go in the reverse direction, angle Z, put the vertex in the middle, Y, X. Okay, so if I put the vertex in the middle here, that would be angle, and you would have L, and then you go to your vertex, M, L, M, N. And then you can go in the opposite order, starting at N, vertex in the middle, M, L. Okay, and then letter D says classify the angle. So recall that to classify the angle, if it is straight, it is 180 degrees. So notice that this is a straight angle. If the angle is less than 90, it is acute. Greater than 90 is obtuse, And whenever it has the little box and it's 90 degrees, it's right. Remember, when you're classifying, you're looking at how far the angle is open. So you can see right there, if you look at the interior, that one would be less than 90. So it would be acute, because that one is less than 90 degrees. This one is 180 degrees, so it is a straight angle. Okay, go ahead and try the other part of the sheet, and I'm going to go ahead and go to the next section. So just pause the video. Okay, as you go to the next section, you have to read each problem carefully and set up the equation. So this tells me that angle P is a right angle. So what that is telling me is angle P is equal to 90 degrees. So right here says, what is the measure of angle P? Well, the measure of angle P is 90 degrees. That is equal to 7x minus 22. So now we are going to figure out the answer. So we're going to add 22. 90 plus 22 is 112. Divide by 7, and x will be 16. Okay, going to question number 8. It says angle H is 11x minus 29. And it tells you what x is equal to. So we've got the angle H is 11x minus 29 degrees. And it gives me what x is. So that means I need to plug in 19 in place of x. So I'm going to have angle H is equal to 11 times 19 minus 29. So we're just going to type that in. 11 times 19 minus 29. And that gives us 180 degrees. So angle H is 180 degrees. And it says classify the angle. So that would be a straight angle. Okay, so try to finish the other 4. And we'll go to the back side if you want to pause the video to get those done. Okay, question number 11. It tells me that angle J is equal to this. Angle K is that. Then it starts putting some algebra words. So it says the sum of those angles is 141. So I'm going to take angle J. I'm going to add it to angle K, and it's going to equal 141. So angle J was 7x plus 13. I'm adding 83 minus 2x equals 141. And then to solve this equation, we're going to put our like terms together on the left side. So 7 take away 2 is going to be 5x. Then we're going to add 13 plus 83, which is 96. subtract 96. 5x is equal to 45. Divide by 5, and x is equal to 9. Now pay careful attention to what the question is asking for. It's saying find the measure of each angle. So this was angle J. I know what x is now, so I can figure out angle J. So to get angle J, I would take x and plug in 2x. So the measure of angle J is going to equal 7 times 9 plus 13. So that will give us 63 plus 13. Which would come out to be 76 degrees. So angle J is 76 degrees. Now I need to figure out angle K. So notice it tells me that information. I know X, so I'm going to substitute. So the measure of angle K is going to be 83 minus 2x. So we found that x was 9. So that's going to be 83 minus 18. So therefore, when I do 83 minus 18, I get K to be 65 degrees. Okay. Going to question 14. This one says angle A is 11x plus 13. Angle B is 9x minus 24. And it says here that angle A is a right angle. So I know that that is a right angle. Okay, so to know that's a right angle, I need to put 90 here. And then I would subtract 13. That's going to give us 77. Divide by 11. And x is equal to 7. So now I'm able to figure out, now that I know what x is, I'm able to figure out what angle A and angle B measure. Okay, so we know angle A is 90 degrees. So to figure out B, I have to put the 7 in place of x. So I'm going to do 9 times 7 minus 24. So then we're going to have 63 minus 24, which comes out to be 39 degrees. So angle A is 90, angle B is 39. It says for the question, find the difference in the measures of the two angles. So difference means that you are going to subtract. It has to have a positive value to be an angle. So you're going to take your largest angle and you're going to subtract your smallest angle. So we're doing 90 minus 39. So that difference is going to be 51 degrees for the answer. So the answer to this question was 51. Okay, the last one we're going to do is 16. The measure of angle W is 19 degrees more than 3 times the measure of angle V. So I don't know the measure of angle V, and I don't know the measure of angle W. That's what I'm trying to look for. The one thing I do know is W is 19 degrees more than 3 times V. So if I don't know V, I'm going to let it be X. So I have to do 3 times X. More than means that you add 19. Then once I have that written in algebra, I go to the next part where it says if the sum of the measures of the two angles. So I'm going to take the first angle, I'm going to add it to the second angle, and it's supposed to equal 199. So now we're ready to solve. So on the left side, we have 4 x's. I subtract 19. That's going to give me 180. Divide by 4. And we get 45 for x. Now it says find the measure of each angle. So that tells me angle V is 45 degrees. Okay. Now to figure out angle W, I have to plug in x, 3 times 45 plus 19. And that's going to give me 135 plus 19, which comes out to be 154 degrees. So your answer is going to be V measures 45 degrees and W measures 154. Make sure you finish the other questions that I did not do for you, and then bring that to class or upload it to Canvas. Thank you so much. Have a great day.